Hey, good morning, guys. Chet here from Living Life. Before I tell you where we're going today, look at where I'm at right now. So at this point, I don't even think I needed to show you the outside of this establishment. Everybody is well aware of Sunny and Sweetie here in Montreal. All the Guyanese that come back home, they come to Sunny and Sweetie for their local food, drinks, juice, curries, and everything else here in Montreal. So today, I'm just stopping in here to get breakfast. I'm gonna get picked up from here by workplace, the Guyana Tourism Authority. We're heading up to Berbice, right? I don't want to give the secret out as to where we're going as yet, but we're heading up to Berbice to a product launch for a very historical site there in Berbice, and it's going to be a day full of activities in terms of us traveling up to Berbice and featuring the historical site that we're heading to, and seeing a few things along the way as we're going down. So join me, guys. Check the intro and join me, and let's go down on this journey to Berbice, the ancient county of Berbice. Alright, so this is what I like to do. I like a little bit of bacon chocolate, especially from Sunny and Sweetie. I like a little bit of bacon chocolate and some sausage. And of course, Sunny got some nice fluffy flat pan roti here, right? Check this here, guys. Check this here now. A little bit of bacon chocolate, a little bit of sausage, and a roti. Now, this was introduced to me to a friend, this combination. And every time I come to Sunny, I feel the need to try this, right? Call name, Pinky, like from Enterprise. Come here early in the morning, after a late night, and I was introduced to bacon choco, saltfish, and roti. For some reason, this is the perfect combination. Alright guys, so what you going at? You know I like my egg ball, right? I'm full, right? I'm feeling full, but I've Sunny son said, "Bye, you gotta try this egg ball." So what you going at? Check this out, guys. I was told that this is the best egg ball, right? So I'm gonna give it a sample here now, and I give you my review, right? You guys know I buy egg bar from Exclusive Egg Bar, but let me give this one a sample here. Mm-hmm. All right. So that was good. Sweet and pepperish. Egg is well boiled. Cassava is nice and soft and well boiled. Cassava melts away in your mouth, which is good, right? All right, I'll give it probably the second. Fighting for the first place, but and this is just a personal preference. For me, the cassava is to take on the egg. Never really like that. But other than that, the cassava is well seasoned. So if you're a person that likes that, you'll definitely enjoy this thick outer shell cassava that is well seasoned. See a lot of shallot, peppers, seasoning and everything inside. So if you enjoy that, then you definitely love. If you enjoy cassava like that, then you definitely love that part. So, guys, next time you're at Sunny and Sweetie, even if you're full like me, check out the egg ball. Take one, have a sample, and you can give your own reviews too. But this is very good. Cheers. Alright guys, so I just had my bacon chocolate roti with my saltfish inside. I had a nice cup of tea. I had my egg ball. I tried it. It was really good. It made me remember a home style cooked egg ball, which is, you know, it is something you always look forward for. It's not like it's different. You know, it's like a nice thick cassava on the outside, nice egg and everything else. And the sour was very good. So if you want to remember a nice home cooked egg ball, definitely check it out. Alright guys, so that's it. We're leaving on Sunny and Sweetie now, heading up to Berbice. I still don't want to tell you where we're going as yet, but the crew is here. We got the first bus there, and well, we have the first bus here, and then we have a spillover into a smaller vehicle here. So we're heading up for this event. Okay, so you just get a flat there. You know, these things happen. There's anything else you can do about this here now. So you got to change the tire and get going again. Luckily, we have a spare, so we can work with that. Just at the village of Beehive, and I just want to point this out to you guys. At the village of Beehive here, there is a guy here. I don't know if he's still around or if he's still alive, but if he is, and you have any kind of problems with your vehicle exhaust system, there's a guy through here. I would like to say he's the exhaust specialist. So right through the street here. Yeah, so this is one of the things that I collect, which is stickers for my bag. Let me add this sticker on one time. Good day, Professor. Good. Alex, what's up? You guys reach up a long time before us, eh? Yeah. Hey, we now reach. Yeah. That's Samantha. I don't know this yet. Yeah.
We have an exciting program ahead as we join with Lothian Adventures for their official launch of their tourism product. Discover the 99 Window House and Agro Tour experience. Our team is proud to have collaborated with Lothian Adventures to bring this experience to life. The development process, although lengthy, because this has been a long time coming, has demonstrated the effectiveness of collaborative efforts towards a common goal. This tour promises to provide an immersive experience showcasing Guyana's rich history and stunning landscapes, as you can see all around us, particularly right here in Berbice. Before we proceed with the program, I would like to first invite Mr. Lake to provide safety briefings for the business.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and good morning, everyone. My name is Lake Barrett, and I am lecturer at the University of Guyana Tourism campus. And as it regards safety briefing, when it comes to us being out here, one of the things that we always need to keep in mind that nature is all among us and all around us. And foresight, as I always say, is everyone's business.
GTA staff, Maria, and of course the entire Frazer family and all of this, of course, the day. It's really wonderful to be in the Asian County this morning. It's such a historic event, the official launch of the Frazer's House of 99 windows, or 100 windows, whichever one you want to term it. And you'll hear the story from Maria. But this is a really interesting one, you know. Not only this product, but the fact that we've been, for the last couple of months into a year, been mapping the entire region 6 to formalize the area as a tourism corridor, tourism circuit. Working with Maria for this, but also with Blackwater Adventures, another operator down in Kanji district, and also in Port Nassau, because we also have another heritage product there. And of course the team is working at Oriala and Siparuta, the only indigenous community on that side. So we keep mapping, we keep developing. We also have experiences that are on the horizon in Albion, and you all know of the development at 63 Beach that is going on with the Office of the First Lady. So Berbice is alive, Berbice is buzzing with activity, and I'd like to say that it's one of the newest tourism corridors here. And really happy that we're here to share with Maria and the team to officially launch this product. And the product is interesting because it has a little bit of everything, right? You have the heritage tourism going on there, you have the culture aspect, you have the agrarian side of things, with the great meals and gastronomy. You also have the possibility of engaging in, or collaborating. So it has a little bit of everything. And the fact that we enjoy such a lovely drive up here, better than, I mean, I have to say in terms of like commute every day to work, but this is such a pleasant drive up here. And we're also aware that the development of the region is happening rapidly. And we saw recently the announcement of the Rose Hall Municipal Airport that is coming. So it doesn't have to be a monotonous product where you have to drive up and drive down. You know, you have the distinct option of flying back to the city or beyond. So that is an interesting angle. I also want to mention that, you know, this corridor is important because of the cross-border tourism potential in Suriname. A couple of weeks ago, we shattered the Suriname Hospitality Association along with Oslin here. Oslin, I didn't get to say hi earlier, but Oslin and I, we hosted them, and we took them to several parts of the Essequibo, and TAG is leading a great deal of effort in, you know, joining, you know, mobilization efforts to ensure that we have, you know, proper itineraries between two countries. You know, there's a minimum of about 3 flights a day. You have the bridge that is going to be constructed shortly, and you know, we'll have a lot of traffic coming here. The development of experiences along this corridor is very important because we're able to, the Berbice region is able to capture all the incoming traffic here and beyond. So this is great. This is a great start, and the fact that Maria, who's also not only launching this product, but I understand he launching the website as well, right, Maria, today. So that is good. She understands the potential and
Director of the Tourism Department, Ministry of Tourism, Dr. Bach, Sonali Frazer, is also one of the directors in the Ministry of Tourism. Members of the Diplomatic Corps, Frazer family, the prominent and esteemed staff of the Ministry of Tourism that I see are scattered around in the audience, members of the Guyana Tourism Association, executive members of the Region 6 Tourism Association, and members of the media. Good morning. So today is another special day for Region Number 6, and Cameron would have touched on many of the things that are happening in Region 6. And he would have missed some, but I will pick up where he would have left off. Right. This here is yet another product that are among many of the products that we have to offer here in Berbice and in Region Number 6 specifically. And I am saying this because Region Number 6 has not been performing as it is supposed to over the past years with regards to promoting tourism and promoting the products and the sites that we have to offer here in Region Number 6. But I'm happy to say that ever since we have been here, ever since I took over as president of the Tourism Association, and before that, even before that, we have always been working with the Ministry of Tourism and the Tourism Association in Region Number 6 has always been working. I think that not is somewhere around the audience. He is one of the persons that has been prominently in the region and helping in getting things done. And aside from that, Candice and Lisa herself has been in the region also. So what do we have in Region Number 6 to offer? Many persons would ask in Georgetown, the people that live in Georgetown and beyond, they would ask what Region 6 has to offer. And we have quite a number of things. And this here was one of the products that we identified over the past months and years that is a possible site for tourism development here in Region Number 6. And I have spoken to Maria, which is
I would now like to invite Mr. Billy Bennett to entertain us with his performance.
All right.
Good day, everyone. I would like to say a special good to Mr. Bosch, who's a director somewhere over this side. I saw Randy mentioning Mr. Mango. members of the Tourism Authority, Mr. Silva, I saw him somewhere behind there, Maria and Mr. Frazer, the famous social media influencers. I'll be singing and playing the piano, do two different items. Just so you know, my singing is a baritone voice, it's very deep. So
Nice.
just prepare yourself, brace yourself for it.
Nice.
Don't
Nice,
let it
nice.
jump at you, right? So, the song I'll be singing is Beautiful Guyana. Okay, so after now I'll just go into my interview. Thank you so much.
Bye.
There's a land just off the Atlantic, land of jungles, waterfalls, and sweet sceneries, where poor people farm the lands and hunt the waters, and all live in peace and harmony. This is Guyana, beautiful Guyana. This is Guyana, beautiful Guyana. Diamond seekers who in the interior, calling their Creole on the falls, singing sweet calypso as they heave on their way to dig up the diamond and the gold. With catchfall tumbling to the rivers, how I love to see a foaming tides. I listen to the chants of the cheerful Kiskadee as they throw their yellow breasts to the sky. Oh, Guyana, land where I was born. Oh, sweet land, shining in the sun. I listen to the chirps of the cheerful Kiskadees as they throw their yellow breasts to the skies. Guyana, oh land where I was born. Thank you.
Beautiful. Beautiful work.
All right, let's give him another round of applause.
Beethoven.
say that everything about his performance brought in this nostalgic feeling. How many of you remember your childhood days from just listening to that song? You know, we had to learn. No. We had to learn those songs in primary school, yeah? Especially in Berbice, so that's equivalent. So thank you. Let's just give all the performance one more round of applause as we get into the meat of the program. I would like us to give Maria a round of applause as we welcome her to unveil the product and the website. Maria?
Alright, all protocols observed this morning. Cameron, thank you for being here. Julian, Joanne, and the whole crew. So, my name is Maria Frazer. I'm the granddaughter of Mr. Frazer and Mr. David Frazer, Miss Shirley Frazer, and my mother is at back there, Guyana Frazer. Tuck away something between white. So I'm quite excited, I'm quite thrilled to be here, and I'm so happy that I have the support from the Ministry of Tourism and Guyana Tourism Authority. Candace and Lisa, thank you so much for the support. Well, I know you guys have heard of the Frazer House, or probably the haunted house, or the house with the haunted windows, or the 1990s windows, right? How many of you think this is haunted? Let me see my hands.
There's currently afraid of me when they look at me.
Alright. Well, so let me just give you a bit of the background of the house, and I'm going to do no order right now today. I'm just going to flow it, wing it as normal. So this house was pretty much built in the early 1800s by the Hickens, Edgar Hickens and Victor Hickens. So they had several plantations around the country. The one that we're here is called East Lothian, right? East Lothian, yes. There's Ibini Ranch, which is now on the soil cultivation, Dalanawar Ranch, but I was sold to some other family. We have the one at Tony, which is Drill Estate and Bushy Park, and of course that was sold many years ago, changed the family and so on. But grandfather was very fortunate enough to actually inherit this plantation. So Edgar had married Frazer, and her name was Gladys Frazer. So they didn't have any children, but they had siblings. Gladys, she had about 7 siblings in total, right? Yes. And one of them was Dr. Frazer. Dr. Hugh Frazer, which is granddad's father. He managed most of the estate because he was the first vet in Guyana, and he was also awarded the Golden Arrowhead of Achievement back in 1976. So he would have worked very closely with the president during that period of time, and they pushed the agriculture in Guyana. So Hicken and his family as well, they were agro-entrepreneurs. They did mariculture or fishing, aquaculture, rice cultivation. Since when you're driving, you see we still do have rice. Further to the back, you have the sugar cultivation, but we still lease lands to guys for over hundreds of years now. And that's how we contribute to Guyana's growing economy in the sugar industry. Besides that, we had cattle, we had livestock, horse, sheep, all of those things, which Granddad managed about 6 years ago before he decided to retire. And well, everything went down a little bit, So my goal here is not just only to restore the house, but to also bring the farm back alive. It's not a matter of reliving history or so on, but it's also creating job opportunity for many of the Berbicians in particular. But I want to extend not just Berbician, but for Guyana as a whole, because of course, Bradley did mention that our agenda is growing in tourism as well as the agro component of it. So let me just rewind a little bit back. So I was 9 years old when I last lived in that house. I grew up there, learned to ride bicycle, I skated down the step, had a lot of interesting horror stories. But most of the time his granddad would dress up and, start to scare you, and probably that's how the rumor started. But of course, we had like watchmen and workers that used to be before, and they would talk about the headless horseman or the seedless white lady or something. I don't know the drink too much of the drummy Jews, right? Yeah, there's always a white lady. Yeah, but granddad loved adding to the fuel. I know he has some of his friends here. Well, we used to say family friends. They would say that when they're under this shed, before it wasn't like this, it was a bit longer, like a little. What we call it, the jam rock. He called it the jam rock because that's where you could come and party, you drink your weepsy doodles, your jumpy juice, and so on. Yeah. And then when you drink the jumpy juice, that's when you start seeing the
Of course, of course.
Right, so they would have like
Sound like 5 years.
parties, little hangouts and so on. But over the years, besides, talking about the history of the house, many people from New Amsterdam, and even across the country, even international people, would find themselves through here and they just come to relax. As you can breathe in right now, how does your lungs feel?
Yeah.
Really
Yeah,
good.
here, really.
Right? Yeah. So Brandon basically would say he's the one that pretty much started his little tourism thing, welcoming people. He loves children, he loves people, he always has a friendly personality. So rewind back up in 2010, 9, 10 around that time, when we decided to build this house. So that time the family had interest in turning this house into a heritage museum. But of course, plans didn't go according, and the house decided to, deteriorate. Brenda was a bit down-minded and he wanted to pull the house down, but of course the family said, we shouldn't pull it down. Wait a little bit, because this here is pretty much maybe the only existing plantation house in Region 6, and it's over with 100 windows. So one of it was closed down, so it became 99.
Are we going to get the reason?
Of course.
That's what we're looking for.
But besides doing the nice little tours and so on that we're going to offer, we want to actually bring back the house alive and do the Airbnb. So with that, I have the NGO, which you would probably see the girls and the guys in the Lothian Green Guardian, and they will talk about more on the restoration and how we're going to contribute back to that. But besides that, today I know it's more about launching the product that we have here. And I'll go into a bit details of that. So we do have 2 products that we're launching, which is the Agro Tour and the Heritage Tour. Now, the Heritage Tour is based on a 2-hour tour, which includes lunch. It's a cost of $6,000 per person. And Guyana dollars, of course. We have like children, there is a certain discount. And of course, we also want to cater for the senior citizens and the disabled people and so on, special needs kids. So we have the price range which will be reduced to that. When you get here, you come, you meet with a tour guide, you have travelers here. Roger's not well, but he's also here, and Andy as well. They will take you on a tour of the house, tell you the stories, you have lunch, and you come back and you have your hammock, sit fresh air and talk about the stories of the house and so on. The second component, which is the agriculture part, which we plan on starting with like about 1:30, which is when the place of the tour, going into the afternoon. This is where you will have the opportunity now to go into either the rice cultivation or the sugar cultivation. Learn the techniques of farming. You might get an opportunity to drive a tractor, sit on a trailer, throw some paddy. I know Siobhan and the other was, teaching how to throw the paddies, So you have that type of experience based on, whichever process they're in the cultivation. After that, you have an opportunity to fish, traditional way of fishing, not feeling for the hassles and stuff like that, right? Because Blake, did mention that we have some pet types, but your little bamboo rod and you cut your slippers and you bait your little diggy bait and so on. So you catch your fish, then you go over to the fish ponds now, where we have the crabs. You got Sharika down there, which is a nice, juicy red crabs. You get an opportunity to catch the crab, again, traditional way, but not with the hands, but a little bit more modern style. After that, you come back now with your group, and I think it's more like a team building, I would say. You will basically cook what you catch. Yeah, so you got a fireside over there, you got the grills. If you catch a bird or you catch an alligator, you got the opportunity. you have the opportunity to do that, right? So the cost of that is 14,000. But if you do the together with both package, we have a reduced cost for that. So you have the entire day to spend. But I don't want to limit that opportunity to the tour, because a lot of people, I've heard your comments, I've seen your feedback. I know people have asked me if they can come with their family just to, spend the day, they cook and so on, with no tours attached to stuff. So we are still in the process of developing that way you can just come and, relax and chill. Right. Correct. And Randy did mention about, and Camero, about the Airbnb. We're actually setting up our apartment downstairs. So let's say you guys took about 2 hours from Georgetown to here, give or take, right? Yeah. So instead of you spending 2 hours back and forth, that's 4 hours technically, right? You can come now. You can have an opportunity to stay and relax, or you can bring your tents and sling up a hammock or two, fight with the mosquitoes from time to time, but that's it. But I just want to also, it makes me remember about 11 years ago, Granda was actually a part of the Scouts Association, and he was a Scout Master. So he used to have his scouts on the back, they set out their tents and stuff during the summer holiday, they spend it 2 weeks, and he would take them across into the fish ponds and the whole usual thing that they connects with the scouts. So I want to basically not to relive it, but also to have that, to get that back out and go. But I think I covered a lot. Did I miss anything?
You read the book the window.
Okay.
I waited all.
Yeah, Danny, keep it up.
So I would leave that story for Travis and the other tour guides. Travis is over there, he's going to give you the tour of the house. He's going to tell you all the stories. Yes.
He gave you 4 reasons already why do we look.
Well, he didn't give you the full reason because you're like sort of unofficial and off tour. But you'll hear the stories from Travis, myself. I'll join you guys on the tour, and feel free to ask me any questions that I probably might have left out or so. But really and truly appreciate the Guyana Tourism Authority for the grant as well too. We're definitely going to expand and work with you all. So thank you so much. On behalf of the Frazer family, we really appreciate your support and help.
2 things.
Yeah.
I heard persons just spun so window
Okay.
to restore this thing.
Alright, yes. So the Lothian Green Guardians, we're still in the process of developing that initiative, which is working in terms of how do you get people to donate or sponsor a window. So we're still in that part, but you're going to see more of it on our Facebook page or on our website.
Yes, well, finally, it's going to confirm $6,000 for a tour.
For the Heritage Tour, which is 2 hours,
6,000.
which includes lunch.
$6,000
Guyana dollars.
Not 5,000.
Man, what's wrong with you guys? what's wrong with this?
Alright, so I have Mark. Mark has developed the website we're looking at. So he can show you how you can go and book your tours, what you can see. You have a bit of the history as well too. So Mark, over to you.
Hi guys.
So it's an S for windows, right? But if a person normally needs the S out, that's an opportunity, right? So once you put that into your Safari toolbar or Google toolbar, it will take you directly to our page. The first page that we have is the boom. So you can see directly at the top, we have the icon for package. So it's
Alright guys, so using some kind of plantain mixer, plantain wrap. It's wrapped in so it's a fish cake wrap with plantain. Never had it before. Check this out. Sorrel. Real sorrel drink with real sorrel drink with real sorrels inside. Proper real.
Very good.
It's not too sweet though. It's not too sweet.
No, it's not sweet.
No. Nice Let's check this out guys. Check this out here. I didn't had this in a long time. Red cake, and I could tell from just the way how this is, the thinness of it and everything, that this was made homemade, right? This had to be homemade. You taste an extra bit of love added into this here. Yep, because it's homemade. Yeah, it is sorrel. So guys, you know what I mean? I get taken away by the food and I almost missed the tour. So I had to move on to get the start of the tour here.
My great grandmother, she
go this way? Yes, it feels better underneath here, right? So if you look here, you still have the doors, you still have the jealousy windows, and part of the house is a mixture of intricacies when it comes to the mirror settings, the little drawings or engravedness on the windows. Even inside here you can see, because this entire house was pretty much French architecture and Dutch built. So you can imagine the influence if you look back in the 1800s, how they did it. And fun fact to mention too is that the house was actually built in sections. So it started off as a little bungalow house, where they brought wood from right in front of the coastline there, which is right there.
Typical way of doing things.
Yeah, and they brought it in by horse carriage or the cows and so on. And they slowly built it. So you can see different veins basically tell the story, the attachment of it, and then they expanded. It took them about 2 years, 2 to 2.5 years to complete this entire structure. And if you realize that you have to take like about 10 minutes to drive in, well, not 10 minutes, it's actually less than 10 minutes, but the road is a bit bumpy from the road coming. So this particular house, it overlooks the entire estate. You have the sugar cultivation at the back, you have the rice cultivation on both sides. In front used to be the pastures for the animal, and at this is at the back here you had the cattle, sheep, goats, all of that happening here. And to the north you had the aquaculture happening out here. So each one of the floors can basically overlook all of the particular agriculture components that was happening on the farm. And besides that, we were under the nice little jump out there enjoying, some good reading and storytelling. So let's talk this way.
I have a question. I know you guys are in the process or in working out the logistics to refurbish. Now I notice a lot of the old-time designs, those handcrafted stuff and so on. I hope in your plans you're looking to restore those and keep them. So even the lighting fixtures and
still the same,
yeah, if you can restore as much as possible, so and not just put in the new ones.
No, so the plan is because you don't want to integrate a lot of the modern aspect of it.
Of course.
You want to keep the old colonial style.
Yeah.
So as much as we can do in terms of replacing the woods, but like you can see the beams, they got some termite infestation.
Of course.
So it's just like a matter of cut and join back. But of course we need a skilled person who is very, very much skilled in woodwork and colonial aspect of it.
Because as you would know more than anyone else, when you look at these here, there's a way in which they used to build back in there called mortising, right? Mortising. So that is not connected by anything. It's just cut and moved into the wood,
exactly.
Right?
So there's no
way. Exactly. It was just a way in which they did it before. Exactly. Wooden splice.
Yeah. So everything, you literally don't find any nails practically on this house.
Yeah.
Because that's the way. You maybe the flooring. So the floor was pretty much green hard. But interestingly, at the back we had a kitchen. The kitchen was a whole building by itself, and that was the first part that fell down. So you can imagine how time has changed and how construction happened. Construction shifted, because even though when we have like heavy winds and so on, new houses that go up, it falls down before the 20 years, and this is over 130 years. So it tells you that the foundation is still good, and it could give you another 100 years plus. Wood houses is always the best because it's cooler. The windows are pretty much for ventilation, and I guess that's how they have 100 windows in a hole, because back then the Dutch, they were good in dikes, canals, and so on, but they also observed their surroundings because they use a lot of astronomy, basically to communicate the stars, the moon. They can look at the sun and say, hey, this is what time. They can look at the moon and say, well, when we're going to have rain and so with the wind as well. So I guess that's how come the house had just for a basic ventilation part of it. So you can see the staircase going up onto the second floor. It's pretty much still intact. The bathroom, there's an overhead tank. We have the 2 baths over there, which basically stores water. It still can use, it still acts as a storage. And I would say the original owners of that house still live here, and those are barn owls. They've been here, we've removed them, but they still live there. They still live above the tank. So nighttime, if you want to do like a night tour, you can get to the 3 barn owls that are living up there. And I think that's one, they basically contributed to the whole size of the house because when I used to live in this, where you see this room here, it's basically connected. So my mom in the middle, I used to be the end. So imagine going to bed like 8 o'clock in the night, and then you see an owl or you hear this screechy song. Obviously, no, it's like a scream.
Oh.
It's not a hooter, it's like a eerie kind of scream, right? Then you'd be like, nah, this is haunted. Then if the place is completely dark, and you probably hear, the breeze blowing a window, making a noise, or, back the colonial houses, things had this like somebody walking and so on. So that used to be a bit creepy, at least in my experience. But I can tell you though, I know you guys are talking about the haunted aspect of it. So when I was little, going up the staircase, you meet a wall. You walk up, there's a wall here. And there was this painting, and he was all green, and they call him the Fiddler. Now the Fiddler, he had this look, it looked like Dracula, to be honest, right? And he had his eyes looking at you, so every corner that you look, that turn, you had the eyes on you, right? So you're already done freaked out by this painting. And then you go to the washroom and so on. But he was like the creepiest guy. I don't know why they put that painting there, but he was there. He was just there chilling, watching on.
You gotta get back that painting.
We do have that painting.
Oh, good.
It's still there. Because when we had moved across from here over there, we basically took all the antique furniture with us. Because it doesn't make sense that you leave it here and it's rotten. So I still sleep on the beds with the posts and graves and everything, the sort like that. So the plan is when we restore, renovate, and we do have that Airbnb experience, you're gonna basically feel like you're back in the 1800s, on the bed. I know for sure the beds are this high, so every time I gotta jump onto the bed, right? I do have like friends who would usually stay by, and it's like, hey Maria, can I have a stool at least, because I can't get up on the bed. So it's pretty much high. Yeah. So any questions to me so far? I know I've been talking a lot.
I want to report that.
Alright, so this area, you see the chandelier, this is pretty much an open concept. Huge Persian carpet you see here, and that's where they have all out here. My uncle and I jump on the truck to go and drive, and I used to go plow the rice field and stuff with him. I was like pretty much a little tomboy growing up. So they used to think that I was a boy with Frazer grandson. Driving the tractor. But this was good. As soon as I, catch my legs got a little longer. The driveway used to be my top. Load them up for the classes, drop them to school, and he made them beauty, right? So take up every child and bring them back home when school is out. So when he takes them from school, he also do the things for them. So like I said, he loves kids, he loves people, and he's a fan of Christmas event. As you can hear, he's very close to me as well. Alright, let's go to the back. Quite long, and then he would go into Guyana Ranch most of the time there, because he was one who actually contributed to Guyana's development. He was a pioneer vet as well as a crop breeder and livestock developer. He, alongside with others, they worked on the cattle trail, which you guys would know is up tomorrow going through the lady. So he worked hard for Guyana, and of course he brought in many of the different animals in terms of breeding, whether it's the sheep, the goat, the cows, and so forth. So he had his workstation pretty much here. I think you might find some of his things still existing. If you go into the tree house, there's a little bit of the exhibit where you find things that like brass, Dutch bottles, his rock collections, and of course his hat, or his helmet is still pretty much there. That was the left. This part was the kitchen that I told you fell down. Was actually the newest addition to the house. Of course, and then going up to the second floor, that's the bathroom. Marble bathroom down there. The overhead tank is still there. I think you can barely see the screen, and the house is still there. Alright, so I know you guys are waiting for the reason why one of the windows is closed down. So, as the stories was told to Granddad, and he was also there in the presence when that happened. So, I told you that Dr. Frazer would have worked very closely with the government at that time. In the 70s, of course,
president at that time was lived in Burna, and even though they were friends working in terms of the agriculture sector, they had a meeting here, and then I think the story went, it could be true or legend or not, right? They had tea, and they were talking, hey, how many windows you got here? So Mr. Frazer said, I'm not too sure, go and count it. So he sent a guy, one of his, probably his driver or so on, to count the windows, and then subsequently, a couple of weeks later, we received an order to place one of the windows up, and that's how we became 99 windows. So only at that time, you could have 100 windows. Only the president at that time could have 100 and nobody else. But when you look back now into, if you look at UK, because Great Britain and the whole, windows back then, having 100 windows or more was a symbol of status in society. And I guess it maybe conflicted with the agenda of the government at that time, right? And that's how come the Great Britain has the tax on windows. Now if you have a more than 100 windows, you have to pay a tax. And that's how the tax law came about. So that's basically the very simple story why the window, one of the windows closed down. But if you can show me or tell me which one of the windows, I know the house fall apart, but I give you an easy thing on this side. You can, yes. So if you follow.
Okay. I think I can figure it out. Alright guys, so let's try to figure out which one of the windows were closed.
So I give you the easiest one. Which one? On top? No?
No.
Which one?
Wait.
Thank you.
The one with 2 holes? That's correct.
Yep, that looks like it. That looks
Look
like
like
it.
both holes?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Randall
And actually it was a shuttle window. It was like one of these
right,
windows
so it's one
here.
like this?
Yeah.
So this
It
one
was
will
actually
seal
one
off.
like this.
So that's how come
Wow.
it became 99 windows. It's still there. So the plan is for, I'm going to keep the window closed, but I'm going to put it at the bottom there, you know. This is the
But that law is no more.
No, I think in UK it's still got the
But not in Guyana.
no, exactly.
Yeah.
Correct. Yes. So any questions for me, anything? And now I'm ready to have some delicious lunch. I don't know what my chef cooked today, but he's gonna surprise
Berbice
you.
food.
At this point in time, no. I don't think so. I think it was just a random. Yeah. But it was just there, right? I guess it's even in a sense because it's.
Yeah.
This is more for the Greece.
I know, right? But it's just a little bend basically. Yeah.
Maybe it's from construction easier to
To block off one. Right.
Okay, so just I have to come up to the tree house and just get to see some of the things that are here that are from the home, right? Like for example, these unique pots, right? Bottles and big jugs, and this here is the helmet of Mr. Frazer. Here is his rock collection that we were told about. Beautiful rocks here.
So you know, I guess everything.
Step.
The ghost.
Check this out, guys. This is what Berbice food look like. Got some rice here, got some stewed chicken, got some lovely pepper on the side there. We have boiled and fry and some beans. Dessert, so I'm having some dessert here. It's a fruit, it looks like a fruit salad. We have some dragon fruit. We have some guava. A sweet guava flavor. Ooh, we got a little bit of pudding on there, on the bottom here. Cheers, guys. Alright guys, so that's it. We came down to Berbice, we did the launch. It's an amazing tour, it's an amazing house. You're gonna learn more about how you can help to contribute to the restoration of the project on Facebook. Yeah, I'm gonna post the link for the Facebook page so you can follow up on what is happening with this home and how you can help to the restoration project. There is a volunteer group that is working actively towards restoring this house and making it into an Airbnb so that visitors can come and enjoy a home that was built and refurbished to somewhat of the 18th century and you know, experience what it would be like, what it would have been like to live in a home that was built in the 18th century. So guys, had an amazing day, had an amazing lunch, had some great snacks. It was an adventure with the punctured tire and everything else. So yeah, we had a great time. Take care guys, cheers.